From 2014, radical extremist population limiting converts have apparently decapitated a woman in London. The alleged perpetrator had converted to Islam last year, according to neighbours, but there is insufficient evidence to link the incident with radical Islam. The woman was aged 82. She had outlived Joan Rivers. Rivers had a blessed life, and it is okay to die old and blessed. One feels that 82 years old, Palmira Silva, would have lasted a lot longer had she not lost her head. Worldwide, there is debate regarding poor people migrating to Western nations. Terrorism makes the cost of such migration much larger, not solely in terms of money, but basic freedoms, which many in the West had taken for granted, have been lost since 9/11. And when discussion is had suggesting those freedoms be restored, something happens, like an explosion in an upend university area in Sydney, Rozelle, where 3 people, a young man, a young mother, and her baby, have all been killed in an unexplained explosion at a shop owned by a new migrant. And in some cases, the well-meaning but unenlightened Hollywood-style analysis of the situation seems to promote the situation for some. Why are young people radicalized? The radicalized are not poor by third-world standards. They like things such as swimming, pornography, smoking, eating fast food, sadomasochistic sex, guns and knives. Many are cross-dressers and engage in bestiality. It is hard to see what the appeal is, except that they are fed excuses, which align with politics. Jimmy Carter declares the West needs to embrace the principles of Allah, suggesting fair secular administration is not enough. One impressive result is surrounding states buying gas from Israel because terrorists have made other supplies unprofitable and irregular. There is a cost in intervening in Iraq, but the cost of not intervening is higher, as Obama showed last year in Syria. A mother is very upset her daughter was shamed for wearing a skirt that was too short. The parent is right. It is an overreach by the school to get the child to wear a specially marked t-shirt and slacks. However, the school community has left the school with little choice. There is no school uniform, only a dress code. Clearly, the designated clothing is a compromise. If the mum were really concerned, she would provide the school with appropriate alternatives. Better yet, she would provide her daughter with those alternatives. But such demarcation disputes are rife in society. The ACTU are campaigning to cut wages in favor of superannuation for workers. Thing is, ACTU has control and gets fees and kickbacks from superannuation agencies, while they exploit workers regardless of their pay. The unreality of the situation is mirrored in AGW belief despite all evidence. There is substantially more carbon dioxide now than 19 years ago, consistently building up, no heating over that 19 years. AGW hysteric scientists seem to have reworked data in the labs because of computer models, not because of observation. MH370 is playing a sad game of Marco Polo. She did not reply to Fish Out of Water. Federal senator from DLP has left the DLP. The DLP are historically ALP aligned on workers' rights, but with a strong social conservative base. Senator Madigan has hired an extremist left-wing chief of staff while ducking social conservative issues. The sad truth is that one cannot vote for an independent conservative and expect them to vote that way. Only a vote for LNP will elect a member of parliament that represents conservatives.